That looks like such a hard matchup for him. I don't know what he's supposed to do. This is why I'm not playing Warrior, by the way. Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. Legacy Steel and Sorcery has released their new Wizard class, and I want to briefly go over what this class has to offer for the new season. So first things first, you're going to be given 3 different skill options with each 2 different choices. You're going to have Arclight Explosion or Arclight Cling. Arclight Explosion is going to be a ground AoE that damages enemies and silences them as well. This is the, I think, meta pick right now for Wizard. Arclight Cling doesn't really seem like it does anything. It seems very inconsistent, and I don't really see a lot of Wizards use it. So I would recommend using the Explosion personally. For the second one, you have Time Warp, which allows you to teleport players and yourself from one location to the original that is placed on the ground. And you have Gravity Well, which sucks players in when you place it on the ground. Gravity Well is absolutely OP right now. This thing is kind of ridiculous. I think there's no real reason to use Time Warp just because of how big the radius is of Gravity Well. You can easily outstam somebody if they get caught in this. And if you hit them with your dash attack, which will knock players back, it makes it really hard sometimes to get out of it. Some classes do have some counterplay to it, notably Priest seems to be okay because they can kind of levitate up into the air and then float away. But some classes definitely have a kind of a hard time here. So yeah, really good. Definitely would recommend taking this. And then for your third, you have Overload, which is going to increase your damage over time while constantly draining your energy. And then you have Overcharge, which is going to allow you to cast instant fireballs at full charge. So I'm just going to say it now. Overload is just bad. Overcharge is meta. It's not even close. Wizard is super overtuned right now. In starter gear, talking grays, whites, you can easily do 600-700 damage for one fireball, and you can cast 2 of them instantly at somebody with this perk, which is really crazy. I've seen geared wizards apparently hit over 1,500 damage. I'm sure this class will end up getting nerfed. But yeah, so that's what I'd recommend taking. Arclight Explosion, Gravity Well, and Overcharge. Those are what you will be seeing that I'm using in the PvP. And then Confligate isn't bad. To be honest, I didn't use it very well in this video. This PvP I had was from like 4 or 5 days ago when I first started playing Wizard. It's not bad. You press it and then it combusts the ground, causing damage on enemies. So it has 2 separate hits. The first hit is guaranteed, and the second hit only hits if they're still in that area, but it does stop the fire damage over time. The problem with that I have is that it uses the charge power, the same charge power that Overcharge uses, and in general, I think I'd rather cast a full damage fireball for 700, 1,000 damage than do maybe 200 with this. So it's not bad. It can be good for being around corners where you can't see your target because it's more of a radius. You don't have to be able to see them, whereas Fireball you do. Keep that in mind. Now, as far as the traits go, something that I think people haven't realized, new players specifically, is that you can unlock every trait. This isn't like Mistfall Hunter, for example, that I was playing on my channel last week, where you have to kind of pick and choose and build your character. There's no real build experimentation here. You just take whatever traits look good. So as you play, I would just recommend looking through the various traits, and whatever you think looks strong probably is, and just grab it as soon as you can and once you get leveled up. So for example, this trait here gives you mirror image, that when you evade twice creates a mirror image that makes it hard for enemies to keep track of you because it's pretty easy to mistake those mirror images for the player. So stuff like this that makes it more easy to combat other players is what you're looking for. Then you have some stuff that's really crazy, like translocate, where you evade 3 times and then you go super far and become invisible. Gives you very good mobility. You have extra ring slot, increased potion efficiency, critical hit chance. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So yeah, don't worry too much about traits. Just as you level up, if you're just starting playing Wizard, just look through and grab whatever looks good. The last thing that I want to talk about are scrolls. So these are basically the equivalent of additional skills for Wizard. Every single scroll has a unique ability that also will cost energy. You can look at it as if you had additional spells for your class. So for example, this scroll here is a zap spell that fires a, zap. I'm sure you're familiar with that from other games. That costs energy and deals pretty okay damage. And then higher rarity scrolls have stronger effects. You have this one here that is an invisibility spell that makes you invisible, which is very strong. You have the Pyroblast spell that will cast a giant fireball at enemies, and I believe this also tracks players, which is pretty crazy. Then you have the Meteor spell that causes a meteor to crash down in front of you, and if it hits, doing very high damage. And there are many other scrolls as well that I haven't really seen or gotten access to, but just know that these are in the game, so if you see the scrolls, be sure to give them a try and equip them to your class tool belt, because it will give you additional options for your PvP. Now that's going to be everything that I wanted to share with you. Enjoy the Wizard PvP that I had. This was from a few days ago, so I've done quite a bit since then, primarily focusing on trying out different classes, such as Warrior, Rogue, Priest, and even after playing everything else, I think Wizard is by far the easiest class to play right now, so definitely recommend giving it a try. So thanks all, and I'll see you guys next time. Yep. You know, I had a feeling he was full greens, or at least a lot of greens. I kind of figured. He looked kind of sweaty. Where is that? This is... Oh, shit. I feel a little bad for this priest, but unlucky. Unlucky, what can I say? Yeah, that priest got so unlucky there. I do feel bad because that was just such a unfortunate third party for him. It's like nothing he really could have done there. Why is my... Okay, that was... Did you see that? That was weird, right? My, like... Yeah, what is this camera angle? I think it's probably a bug, right? This game doesn't even have first person. I'm gonna be real with you. Did not expect a player to be down here. Wow, what a sweat. That priest was super sweaty. Ooh, a new scroll. Cool. Stamming out against Wizard, I think, is an automatic death, by the way. I don't know if you can... I don't know if you can survive if you run out of stamina against Wizard. Like, maybe it's technically possible, but... good luck. Wizard's kind of cracked. This class seems very strong. can't move. I was gonna say, I must have got hit by the mob or something. I was like, I couldn't move at all. It is a little funny though.